Let's talk about the currency space now, where the CRR cut by the RBI did give a temporary boost to the Indian rupee, but the Indian rupee has ended the day at 53.96 as a lower dollar remains supportive of the currency. The INR did hit a 5-week lows at 54.19 as well in the intraday trade after the central bank kept the repo rate unchanged at 8%, shifting the pressure on the government to take additional steps to revive growth and contain fiscal deficit. Let's also get in then Abhishek Goenka. He's CEO, India Forex Advisors, and he joins us on the currency segment. Abhishek, hi, welcome to the show. How have you read the RBI numbers? Of course, on one side, there's no change in the repo rate. Inflation is still a concern in the market. How are you making of the numbers?
I think the markets are given their verdict. The rupee has maintained weakness and the stock markets were also not too good. So I think the numbers, the revision in the forecast that has happened is definitely giving us a cue that obviously we cannot be so optimistic about the rupee getting very, very strong or the economy moving in a very, very faster pace. That's about the domestic angle if you look at. But internationally there are a lot of developments which are happening which we cannot ignore. One is of course the US is started stabilizing a little bit. You have seen the numbers coming out extremely well. From the European side, Greece, Italy, Spain are still struggling. From the Japanese side, if you see, they've been printing money, and now again the Japanese yen is moving towards an 81, 82. We expect it to move to 84, 85. If the yen starts moving weak, then probably the carry trade which is happening in the US dollar will start shifting to Japanese yen. And if that happens, of course the US dollar is going to get stronger. One important point to note is again the Asian currencies if you look at. The Asian currencies, the Korean won, the Malaysian ringgit, or the Chinese yuan, all the currencies are getting strong. Why not the rupee? So, this kind of situation is giving us an idea that the rupee's move towards the 51.5 was nothing but a correction. And once we see the levels of 54.5 in rupee and 1.27 in the euro and around 81, 82 in the index getting broken, then we can very well confirm that the US dollar strength has resumed again with a renewed vigor in the markets.
While the data you pointed out at, Abhishek, of course, has been mixed to positive in the markets, but what ahead of the US presidential elections? Do you think the dollar will hold on its gains ahead of that as well?
So before the elections, I think it's going to be a range-bound market. It will be anybody's guess, but post the elections, totally depends on who's coming to power. Right now, it's a 50-50% chance between both the parties, but if in case Romney comes in power, there'll be a lot of shift in the policy stance and the printing of money which is happening in a very, very fast pace, and US already having a fiscal cliff, probably we will feel that the printing will not have in the same fashion, and the US dollar because of it will start getting a little stronger. But then again, after elections we have to closely watch at how the dollar reacts. If it reacts positively, then of course that's probably the sense going forward till March 2013.
Abhishek, as you and Vijay were discussing in the break, that there are some reports which are pointing at 49, then there are some other which are again talking about 57 as well before this fiscal year ends. Which side are you bending? 57. Vijay, what's your sense? Where are you taking a call on?
Manisha, I've been maintaining since more than a week that I'm not really very happy and gung-ho with the way market optimism on the rupee appreciation and all about. I've been fairly circumspect, and now if I see the rupee November futures on the NSE futures series go past the 54.5 or 54.60 with good volumes and open interest expansion, I think 55.5 will happen in the blink of an eye. And should even 55.5 be taken out, I think 57 won't take too long in coming. I'm not circumspect. I'm not all that happy or bullish on the rupee. I think the US dollar is gaining strength, and there could be a flare-up any given time.
So when you guys talk about 57, Abhishek, this is to you. And do you not factor in the reforms getting done in the parliament in December?
See, of course, if you see when the rupee went to 55, 56 levels, of course it was oversold. And when we saw a line of reforms, 17, 18 reforms coming in a day, obviously, the market just took it very positively. And technically also, if you see, the levels of around 52 levels was a possibility which we mentioned in our report also. And after that, what next now? The reforms has to be implemented. And this implementation will take time. You have to take a lot of things into consideration. Of course, nobody's going to just pump in dollars like crazy into India, looking into account that there are so much of fiscal and inflation and growth problems in the country. So I think it's a slow and steady pace. That was more of a feel-good factor, and now we need more for the rupee to appreciate, and that is still awaited.
Vijay, what's your sense coming in for the euro now? Because while the concerns are still there, the Greece and Spain uncertainty is something that's really weighing onto that currency. But 1.27, 1.31 on the higher side, do you see that range continuing?
I think so, yes. I think till the US elections are not out of the way, that range-bound trade in the euro versus the US dollar will continue. It's only after a clear mandate comes in from the polls will there be a directional breakout.
Abhishek, how have you read? I mean, you just spoke about the Asian currencies there. How do you read the Chinese yuan movement? 19-year highs coming on for that currency. Of course, it moves in those spurts there. But what are you reading from that?
I think it will maintain the same fashion. The trend is very clear with the yuan, that the yuan is going to get stronger. So, there's been so much of talks about Chinese manipulation and all that. So they're trying to do their bit, whatever they can. And I think the way it's, everybody knows that it's undervalued. So I think it's a clear direction. Trend is on the Chinese yuan strength. And of course, as I mentioned, this is a very, very important point, that despite all this Asian currencies getting stronger, rupee is not getting stronger. This is very similar move which we had around 6-8 months back, when the entire world was getting extremely strong but the rupee was getting weak, and we are getting similar kind of cues in the market in the currently. So as we always maintain, and currently also we maintain, that the US dollar is likely to be getting stronger, and all the companies who are having US dollar liabilities in short term or long term should be very, very cautious in the current markets.
One last final question to you, Abhishek, and this is about the expectation that, and also the RBI governor pointing out or hinting at that the next move on the interest rates might come in the Jan-March quarter. What are your expectations on that?
I think there could be a possibility in Jan-March quarter, provided we see the inflation getting into control. But if the inflation is not into control, and internationally the oil prices goes up or the commodity prices goes up, and things don't improve in the same fashion after the elections, I think we may not get a cut in March also.
All right. With that, Abhishek, Vijay, thank you so much for joining us. Watch out for some further declines coming in for the Indian rupee, is the view coming from our experts. Today, though, was a better day. 0.25% of gains coming in for the Indian unit in the markets there.